Well, hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing fantastically well. It's Connor. We're in for an absolute session today. We're starting off with Blackburn versus Burnley, the Lancashire derby. We're moving on to Leeds United at Hull City for the 3 p.m. kickoff. We then have the fan forum post-match. Make sure you're coming along, joining. If you're not part of the fan forum, absolutely no problem, but you can get your thoughts in the comment section below, everybody. And yeah, we'll get into your thoughts in the comment section below. But a big game for Leeds United today, a big game for Burnley as well today. Listen, these are huge games in the season for Leeds United and for Burnley as well. You know, if Leeds drop points at Hull and Burnley get, you know, maximum points or even a point here, it's going to be a good day for Burnley. Sheffield United playing at 3 against Watford as well in an extremely tricky encounter down in Hertfordshire. So yeah, huge game today. It feels like for so many clubs. As I say, Blackburn Rovers coming to Leeds United last week, stifling the Whites. It appears that they're maybe a little bit of a bogey club for us, or maybe it is just John Eustace who is that bogey club for Leeds United. But a really decent sort of game it's going to be today, in my opinion. I'm going with a draw. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. I'm going to go against the grain a little bit. Both sides don't concede many, but I think the occasion might get to some of the Rovers players and the Burnley players, and I think they're going to be absolutely key today when it comes to it. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, everybody. Slap a like on the video. Really appreciate your support as always. And let's have a quick look at the lineup today, shall we? So let me just have a quick look. Is it not sharing? Hold on a sec. Here we go. Okay, so let's have a look at the Rovers against Burnley lineup today. Let's have a look at some of the key players as well. So quite a similar side to what they played against Leeds United. The big thing for Rovers is obviously Todd Cantwell being back, and that's really big. Cozy Dewberry coming in as well on that left-hand side. Tronstad and Baker in the middle. I still think they miss a lot when it comes to Lewis Travis in that midfield. I think that is quite big. But Beck here, what a player he is, by the way. Really like him. And against Laurent and Roberts, I think they might have a little bit of an upside, actually, Cozy Dewberry and Beck on this side in terms of a bit of pace, youthful exuberance against the experienced Laurent and Roberts over here on that right-hand side. So I think that's probably going to be a way of which maybe Rovers can get a bit of joy against the right-hand side of Burnley. Obviously, you got the experience, you got Cullen there who can very much just sit and help Laurent and Roberts in terms of energy as well. But you've got the experience on that left-hand side of that pitch as well for Blackburn in terms of Lewis Baker as well. Okay, so I think the big one today is obviously Sarmiento coming back in. Obviously, he was supposed to be back early January, and here we go. The almost the injury list has come to fruition here, but he's playing centrally as well. Normally it's wide, it's on the wide option really for Jeremy Sarmiento, so it's interesting him here. Brownhill being in here with Cullen. I like Brownhill. I like Brownhill a lot. I've always bigged him up. And I think Brownhill, Cullen just being in there gives Brownhill that license to get forward as well. Goals and assists from midfield, shots on target. He's absolutely everywhere, Josh Brownhill, and he's statistically the best midfielder in the division this season. Tronstad's going to have a difficult day up against this guy, in my opinion, but I think you've got that transitional play, which they really can hit Burnley quickly if Burnley have the ball and are trying to come forward. I think Cozy Dewberry, Campbell, Gay and Dolan have some real threat. It looks like a really even matchup, Teams who don't concede many. I think Callum Britton is very underrated in this division as well. Keep an eye on Humphreys as well. I think, for me, Burnley's left-hand side is much more prosperous than Burnley's right-hand side. I think Burnley's right-hand side is a lot more bullish. It's a lot more physical, but I think you look at this left-hand side, and if I'm Burnley, I'm building up on that side against these two defensive players here. Britain's going to need a lot of help from Tronstad, like Tronstad helped him against Leeds United as well. And Dolan almost is that grafter, of course, but he's someone, in my opinion, who just gives you that flair going forward, so can overcompensate up there. So we'll look at the last results as well. Burnley not losing a game in 5. I've had some tough games in there as well. You look at the games that they've won: Watford, Sheffield United and Norwich in there. No easy game. But then you look at probably Borough in there as well, 0-0. So I think these 4 have been really good results for Burnley. If you'd have said to a Burnley fan, look, in these 4 games, you know, you're barely going to concede a goal. And on top of that, you're not going to lose a game. I think they'd have taken it and won 3. Blackburn, on the other hand, at home, they've faltered a little bit. You look at the Sunderland game, of which they had to get back into it in the last minute with Leonard, and then Hull City was a really bad result for them. But Todd Cantwell being back for this one is absolutely massive. A really good result for them as well at Leeds United. When you look at the head-to-heads, always interesting. Always it feels like a tight affair, although, going back a bit here, you're seeing a little bit of a difference here. But since Blackburn have come into their own in the last couple of years with Yondal Thomas and, of course, now John Eustace, it feels like the playing field's a little bit more even. So, yeah, interesting. It's going to be a really interesting watch for me, this one. I'm going to have a quick look as well at just the wins. I mean, look at that. Look at that. I mean, Blackburn need a win. They need a win against Burnley. I think it'll get a draw today. I think that's how it's going to affect things. Now, you look at the table as well. If they were to get a draw, they go to 50 points. If Blackburn were to get the draw, they potentially, depending on results elsewhere, would go back into the top 6. And the good thing is they've done okay enough in the last 5 to be able to get themselves back into that bracket. But obviously, it's a big market for Watford as well today. If they win, they're going to go back into the top 6 if they beat Sheffield United. If Hull City, when we're looking at Leeds United here, if they win, they can potentially climb out of that bottom 3. And similarly to Portsmouth, who are away at Sunderland today, if Portsmouth can win or get a draw, it's going to be way more advantageous to them, being in that position that they're in now. So lots to consider today, and I'm really interested to hear what you guys think in the comment section below. US fans here, shout out to you, Ted. Here it says NE Reps fan, shout out to you too, mate. Like I said, they were tired against Blackburn, tired today. Yeah, hopefully not, mate. We could do without being tired today. It's a massive game. Scott says, come on, the Rovers. Yeah, and it does feel like a big one. It does feel like a big one today. So get your score predictions in the comment section below, everybody. Interested to hear what you think in the comment section below. So make sure you slap a like on the video as well as always. Let's just share this on all platforms. I've just tried to share it and completely failed. Yeah, guys, let us know what you think in the comment section below. What are your score predictions for this one? Interested to hear what you think. But yeah, it's a big game today. Annoyingly for the Championship, you've got a really good game in the Premier League on at the same time in Tottenham and Newcastle. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one as well, guys. But make sure you're slapping a like on the video as well, everyone. Abstract says, I fear Burnley more than the rest, to be honest. Yeah, I think Burnley are an interesting team. They are an interesting team. We'll just have a quick look at that form again. We'll just share the screen again so you guys can have a look. But we'll just have a quick look at that form in particular. And they are doing okay, Burnley. They're trotting on nicely. Excuse me, a tissue. But they're doing okay recently. As I say, look at the wins in there, not conceding many goals. Today, if they can get a win as well, let's look at the other side of it. If they do win the game, there's an opportunity for Burnley to go on level points with Leeds United today if Leeds were to lose. But from a Leeds United perspective, if Burnley don't pick up maximum points, maybe if they lose to Blackburn and Leeds do pick up maximum points and Sheffield United struggle, there's potential here that Leeds could be 5-6 points ahead. But Sunderland are a big one to keep an eye on today, in my opinion. Portsmouth at home, I think that's really, really, really winnable for Sunderland. Obviously, they've probably got the easiest fixture of all of us right now with them having that home game as well. Yeah, keep an eye on Sunderland because they could literally encroach on the top 2 today, which gives us a completely different picture to what maybe we were looking at. Michael says Barnes straight onto their bench. At least they've done business and got him involved straight away. We've done sod all. Yeah. I think the interesting thing about Barnes, for me anyway, is that it's a lot of people were like, well, it is just Barnes. It is just Barnes. And I get that to an extent. But the thing is, what Barnes does is he brings something completely different to Burnley. He brings an already promoted side as well, an already promoted player who comes into the side. They've got him from Norwich, so he's not exactly been blowing things up at Norwich. But as I said, he's been promoted with this side before, and it just adds so much depth to the bench as well. And you look at that bench, everybody. Let's just have a quick look at that bench. Bearing in mind, Hannibal's suspended, Aaron Ramsey and Bayer as well, who's absolutely massive for them. Benson is out mid-January, and Trezor is out, Nathan Redmond. But look at the players here that they've got to come back. Look at the players they've got to come back here, right? And then you look at this, they've got Lyle Foster here, Coley Osho, Jay Rodriguez, Ashley Barnes, Pires, Egan, Worrell. You know, Egan and Worrell getting 90, 95%. That those two will be starting centre-backs for 90% of teams at this level. Then you look at Hladaki as well as their substitute keeper. Do not sleep on Burnley, everybody. Do not sleep on them. You know, Egan Riley was almost coming as that Bayer replacement, I guess, mid to long term. And what a sort of impact he's had as well. And they've just got depth everywhere. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Burnley. And not only have they gone out and got signings, but all this to come back in January is going to be massive. And that's why I don't really think Burnley will be doing loads. I don't think they're going to be doing loads in terms of that market because why would you? You know, if you've got all these players back within a set period, why are you going to go out there and buy? Hannibal obviously is suspended, but it's just a hell of a lot. And Burnley, you know, if we just look at some of the, you know, the championship news as well, we'll just go on Burnley anyway. We'll look at a bit of their news. You know, obviously we had to come home. And the thing is, these are promotion style signings. And I just think that when people are overlooking this, I think it's a bit mad. And it's not just to compare it against Leeds because, you know, Leeds are doing what Leeds are doing at this moment in time. And, you know, you kind of got to revert back to the team that this whole channel is, you know, around Leeds. But, you know, what we've got to look at with our club is we've done a lot of our good business already. Burnley have done a lot of their good business already, in my opinion. The struggling team right now is Sheffield United. For me, it is Sheffield United because you do look at beyond Sheffield United, let's say for Leeds, on the back end of February, and we're looking at a really good run of fixtures towards the back end of the season. Very, very favourable. So Burnley and Sheffield United right now are the interesting ones to look at. Leeds have done all of their business, in my opinion. I think maybe one might come up potentially. But overall, you're not going to be that disappointed for me. You're not going to be that disappointed if Leeds don't do any business. We've just got to keep our feet on the ground when it's like, oh, other clubs are doing business, because I'm expecting that, to be honest with you. But Leeds have done a lot of their business already. But I wouldn't mind maybe the odd one to come in and just give the squad a little bit of a boost. But when you're talking about 5-6 players in midfield as depth, you know, that's really, really, you know, good depth for Leeds United. So, yeah, if we're just having a quick look again, which we shall, at this as well. Burnley's latest news as well had to come home. I think it's a really good signing. It's an easy one. It's an obvious one. And Barnes coming back as a club legend, which he is only going to help. So it's going to boost morale as well. And we don't want, nobody wants to come up against Ashley Barnes, do they? Let's be honest. And he never really suited Norwich, did he? He definitely suited Burnley. And he went up with them last time. Look, last time they played Blackburn at Blackburn, Benson scored. He was back in mid-Jan. And Barnes was on the pitch as well. So, yeah. I mean, we just have a look at Sheffield United as well. Let's have a quick look at their injuries going into this game against Watford today. So, look at that. Now, let me just zoom in for you guys if you can't quite see that. And I will do. Hold on a sec. So, you just have a quick look at this. So, this is big. This is really, really big for Sheffield United. So, these are massive players for them as well. You know, Sariki, who is arguably, in my opinion, better than Alfie Gilchrist. Calf injury mid-Jan. Harry Souttar. I don't know why that says late January, because there's literally rumours right now that he's out for the season. Jesserun Raksaki, mid-January. Olive Arblaster, that's out for the season. Tyrese Campbell, apparently that's longer than January. And Vinny Souza. And the depth there they've got is not good enough for me. It's not good enough. When you look at this side and you look at the transfer window that some of these teams are going to have to go through. You know, so I'll just have a quick look at their lineup against. Let's have a look at Sunderland, right? So that's I still think they've got a good lineup. I think all these excuses. You've still got a very decent lineup. You know, and bear in mind in this game as well, everybody. Look at the injuries. Look at the injuries they had. Let me try to find it. Look at that from Sunderland. Bearing in mind, with the greatest of respect, we had Sheffield United fans saying we've got too many injuries out for this one. Look at that for Sunderland, right? And this is why I was giving them so much praise for still being fourth, and still somehow when you've got Alan Brown, Chris Rigg, Ballard, Bader, you know, Mundell, Tom Watson, you've arguably got 6 starters there on the bench, or injured, I should say. But in all fairness, with Sheffield United, you've got Tyrese Campbell, Vinny, Ollie Arblaster, Raksaki, Harry Sue. You potentially got 5 players out there who would start. So if you're just looking at their lineup here and what they're bringing off the bench, everybody, Andre Brooks, I think, is a decent player. The rest of them, Harrison Burrows, to be fair, but those two, nah. And then you look at the starting 11. This guy's an absolute bomb scare. Cooper's brilliant. I think Anel looked very, very slow and sluggish against Isidore. Brewster in the 10. He needs to figure that out, by the way. Why would you not put O'Hare in the 10 or Hamer in the 10? You know, so a lot to figure out, I think. A lot to figure out before this game. And it's going to be fantastic to see how this is going to churn out. It's turned into a very, very interesting one. Sunderland tomorrow, yeah. Sorry, did I say it was today? We need to get Watford out the way. And then we can start rebuilding our team. The players linked has me thinking we'll be fine. Second half of the season and returning players. So Scott Suter is out for the rest of the season, but minus Blaster will be back. But rest minus Blaster will be back for Norwich according to Wilder, which is good news for you, Scott. It's good news. I think you're the team that I'm looking at right now and thinking maybe in the most trouble. And that's with the greatest of respect, by the way, because I was looking at Leeds not long ago and thinking, oh, goodness me, we're in a bit of trouble here in terms of just sorting that away form out. But I think Sheffield United are under a bit of stress right now, just purely because I think you've got to go into January. And when you go into January, you've got to have a very, very successful hit rate. If you don't have a successful hit rate, you've got players out. But not only have you got players out, but you've not replaced them well enough. And that's why you have to, if you bring in 5 in, really 4 have got a hit, 4 have got a nail on. You know what I mean? So I think when we're all looking at Burnley right now, we're looking at that depth that I've just shown you with potentially 3, 4 players back, 4 key players back, by the way, in this month, and they're still adding. This is why Burnley are a bit of a problem, in my opinion. This is why Burnley are going to be a big problem till the end of the season. And why shouldn't they be, by the way? Why shouldn't they be? Why is it a Sheffield United and Leeds United thing? It's not. It's because, you know, maybe we've got a bigger social media presence or content creation presence, but it's not. Burnley and Sunderland are still right in it. Still right in it. Easy 3 points for us today, fame. Oh, Derek. Rich says, I think we should fill our loan spots. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. Completely agree with you on that one. But yeah, you're causing your own problems there, mate, by saying it's an easy win for Leeds today. But yeah, slap a like on the video, everybody. We've got 200 of you in the chat. Make sure you slap in a like on the video. Really appreciate that. We've got 500 across all platforms in the building. Shout out to everyone who is here. Rodon, Pascal and Aronson playing virtually every minute. Yeah, true, mate. What worries me is Farke not using the squad unless he's forced to, will lead to tired and injured players later on in the season. He's only really rotated the front 3. He has indeed, mate. So, as we say, let's go to the lineup. And guys, if you wanna join me on this watch along as well, what you can do is you can join my timer. I have a timer up here, and if you want to come alongside me and just we refresh this when you go. And yeah, you can set your timer up to mine as well, leading up to the Leeds and Sheffield United game. Afternoon, Conor lad. Hi, MW. How you doing, mate? Hope all's good. What I will say, guys, as well, if I miss any donations, apologies. I've missed big donations, before, and I just want to say thank you so much. All your donations going to the running of the channel. Great to see all the members going up recently. We've got a podcast with Nancy Froston, which is live on the Patreon right now, and we do have the fan forum, which is after the Leeds United game, after we do the Leeds watch along, and the fan forum, guys. If you want to join the fan forum, you have to be part of the Patreon. So join on the Patreon as well. You can be part of the WhatsApp group. Okay, let's have a quick look. I thought you were doing the Leeds watch and thought he's early, then clicked on it. No, mate, I'm going a little bit earlier. We're including a lot of other games as well in this as well. So yeah, man, it's not just Leeds United, BBD, Chowdhury, Doyle, Reese, all doing the rounds on X for us at the minute. It's potential. So I really like Reese. I think that's a good signing from Preston. I think he's a good player. Very, very highly rated. I like him a lot. I think he'd be a good option for you guys. I think Reese almost combines what you'd get with Tyrese Campbell and Kiefer Moore. Callum Doyle would be a good signing. Callum Doyle's very Sheffield United. I think one that I'd look at for you lot is Tom Cannon. I think he just fit you perfectly. He's such a wilder player. Chowdhury, BBD, you'll have to let me know, mate. You'll have to let me know who BBD is. But Chowdhury, I'm not sure on, to be honest with you. Yeah. If you're buying him permanently, the wages would be interesting, but maybe it's just a loan. But Doyle and Reese, definitely. I like those 2 players a lot. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below with this one. Obviously, I'm going to go with the 2-2, I think, for this one. Scotty Park, brushing his hair back. Lovely. Love to see it. Hair flick. So yeah, Eustace against Parker. Going to be an interesting one. It's a big game for both teams. This, you know, Burnley win this, and you know they're on a real assault, a real assault. Diaz from Southampton. Right, okay, Scott. Cheers. Yeah, Ben Brereton Diaz, that'd be a good signing. It'd be a good signing. That I think that's a good one. If you get Ben Brereton Diaz, Doyle, and Reese, it's a very good window for you, mate. I think very good window. You just need to plump up that depth, as I've said, mate. Like a lot of teams right now are just ignoring Burnley. But guys, we're about to get going with the timer. I'm just going to refresh this as soon as we kick off. And here we go. Right, guys, let's go. Yeah, and I think with Ben Brereton Diaz, it'd be a really decent signing, to be honest. I think at championship level as well. It'd be a decent signing. I think the thing with Sheffield is they just need to increase. I think anyway, they need to increase those bench options. They have to increase those bench options. And when they do that, I think Sheffield will be right up there. Absolutely right up there. Good team, good manager. Championship level, like it. But what I'm expecting for this game anyway is Egan Riley pumps it up forwards towards Sarmiento, who I think it's his first match back. I'm expecting Burnley to literally do what Leeds do. And I think this is the problem maybe with Burnley for this game. This would be the problem with Burnley for this game. It would be almost doing it the Leeds United way where you're quite slow and quite pedestrian. I think Eustace side eats that up. I think they're fine in the structure. I think they're defensively sound. They'll press on you a little bit, so you're never going to be completely easy at the back. And they'll be a constant problem. I think the key player in this game is going to be Brownhill because it's those runs from deep, maybe that we don't have in terms of the goal threat from midfield. I think Brownhill really good player at infiltrating the opposition from that double pivot. We didn't have that. We were essentially turning around and just going to our entire team, give it to the front line, and we'll see what happens, because that's what we do as Leeds United. And I think that's where we lack a little bit. We don't have that promise as an attacking threat from the double pivot. But what I will say is, you know, all around it, if they move the ball quick here, Burnley, I think there's a real opportunity for them to do this Blackburn side and really utilize Brownhill. I think if what I would say is if they do move the ball slowly, I think Blackburn have got a real opportunity here to win the game, as Dolan has the ball on this right hand side here. Bit of a tricky customer, cuts inside, does well, should win a free kick, but they play on. They pull it up for a foul. 0-0 says Richard, barely getting out of the centre circle. You could be right, mate. You could be right. We'll have to wait and see. Campwell. Humped up by Hyam. Playing the channels again. Humphreys. Laurent. But yeah, you can already. I mean, it's fast and furious. This will the ball be in play for more than 10 minutes? Who knows? Campbell gets bundled over. No foul. Oh, he does win the foul. So this is where, for me, Blackburn have to take a lot of opportunities. Campbell being back's massive because he's just going to suit the intensity that Blackburn are wanting to play out for this one. Blackburn are a really decent team. You know, against us, they deserve to beat us at Ewood Park. I thought they were unlucky against Sheffield United. Sheffield United might have just edged it. I think it was 2-0 down there, but I thought Blackburn were well in the game. I think the rotation's really good. Bearing in mind, Travis, the captain's been out. Lewis Baker comes in. Campwell's been out. They just deal with it. It's not about individuals with Blackburn. It's more about the unit. And I think that's really important. If they're able to score a goal, I think the first goal wins it here. I think the first goal wins it, to be honest. Going back on my early prediction of a 2-2, maybe. Right. Free kick. Lewis Baker over it. Looking for an absolute whip here. Can he get something on it? Oh, he's going with the left foot. I think it's back. Oh, no, it's Baker. Baker whips it in. Good ball. Headed out. Blackburn's obviously Burnley's top defence as well, by the way. Conceding 9 goals, which is staggering. Is absolutely staggering. Good defensive records at championship level at this point. Very good records. Do what us and Sheffield United have done and concede, 15, 16? But to concede 9 goals is unbelievable. Sarmiento, Zian Fleming, a little bit of a transitional moment here for Burnley. Jaden Anthony with Connor Roberts on the overlap. Jaden Anthony goes alone, blocked. Roberts on the overlap, looking a little bit frustrated there. I think it's going to be 1-1. Shout out to you, Paper and Skin. Spurs 1-0 already. Very Spursy, mate. It is. Daniel Luke says Isidore is a mix of Henry and Carlton Palmer. Absolute unit. Who do you support, Dan? I've not seen your name before, mate. Yeah, he's I'm a massive fan of Isidore, massive fan of him. A lot of Sunderland fans were saying that I was being a little bit harsh because I was saying that there's a fan base out there who definitely doesn't respect him as a striker. I'd absolutely love a striker of ours at Leeds United to do what Isidore did to an L last week. I think, what is he, about 6'2", 6'3"? The thing is, what are you going to go out and do? You're going to go out and buy a 6'2", 6'3" player who scores 20 goals a season in the Championship. You're not going to do that. It's never going to happen. So you go out and recruit. And how they've recruited with his attributes are so impressive. So impressive. I think a different formation. It looked like they went to a front two as well, Sunderland, with Mienda and Isidore as well. Let's see how that works. That pragmatism, I think, from Regis Labrise has been really, really good to see. And I don't know. It just makes it a little bit more interesting, I guess. And will that be, will that work for them against the Portsmouth side? Blackburn not winning 4, but we struggle every time we're against them. Evening, Ben. How you doing, mate? Afternoon, I should say. Yeah. But the thing is with Blackburn is they're kryptonite for us, really. And the thing is, mate, it's our fault. Great knock on, by the way, by Gay. Dolan here. This is not the player that Burnley want on it. Dolan, very good with the ball at his feet. Overlap now. Got to be a good delivery from Callum Britton. Puts the ball in. It's a bit deep, but Gay should win it. Heads it back in, and it is a corner to Blackburn. As the noise goes up at Ewood Park, the best passage of play there, getting Tyrese Dolan on the ball is absolutely massive. It's absolutely massive. Callum Britton, I actually rate Blackburn's wing backs. I think Callum Britton, formerly of Barnsley, has got a really good whip on him. And then obviously on the other side, you've got Beck, I'd take at Leeds. I'd genuinely take him at Leeds. If we could get Beck, I think he's on loan from Liverpool, is that right? If we get Beck, terminate his loan at Blackburn, this will never happen, but that would be unbelievable. I think he's a top player. At this level anyway, not going too overboard, but I think he's a good player. Tronstad. Blackburn elect to go short as Lewis Baker goes back out to Bath. Danny Bath wins it into the mixer, and it's another corner for Blackburn. Quite like that corner for Blackburn there, actually. It was a bit of a mix-up, custom corner. Quite nice. 1-1 Newcastle. Flipping it. Extremely Spursy. Yeah. I feel there's a Leedsy and a Spursy thing, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? But interestingly, from Blackburn as well, Danny Batt and Hyam look very good against Leeds United over 2 legs. Beck, anyway, back to Campbell. Is he going to deliver? Campbell goes with a bit of a chip ball, which I think is a poor ball to put in. No whip on it. It's poor that from Campbell, in my opinion. Campbell's gone for a little bit of a chip ball centrally there. I'd have gone with a whip and really put it on James Trafford. But he hasn't done that. He's elected to sort of chip the ball into the box. Dude. Yeah, that is so Spursy. It's interesting with Spurs, isn't it? With Ange, I don't know what they actually do with that, because they've gone through, I think it's something like genuinely 16 managers in 23 seasons. You've got to stick with Ange, but can you play the Australian Bielsa football? Can you realistically play Australian Bielsa football in the Premier League when you're vying for top 4 every season? I'm not 100% sure you can. Not 100% sure you can. Okay, Gay gets rid of it. Headed out by Egan Riley. Gay wins it again. What a monster he is in the air, by the way. Absolute monster. He's got the Yonwi looks of Nottingham Forest. That's how he looks. Bit of a latte latte as well. Just an absolute ox. By the way, latte latte looks like he's going to, is it Crystal Palace or Ipswich? Big blow for Borough. But their recruitment's normally pretty decent. Dolan. Big fan of Dolan. I think his percentages are really good. Pairs. But yeah, we just didn't move the ball. This is where Burnley will struggle in this game. If they don't have a tempo, if they have a really slow tempo against Blackburn, against Blackburn, Blackburn will favour that. It'll just be a lead scenario where you move the ball slowly, keep the ball for 500 minutes and don't do anything with it. Leeds' tempo against John Eustace's sides over the past 4 games have been terrible. The intensity, the tempo is crap. So if Burnley continue with sort of a slower tempo, because I know they've got a very similar build-up to Leeds, they're going to struggle today. So I think it's all about moving that ball as quickly as possible. Brownhill, the furthest man forward, as Danny Bart plays it out wide to Britain, playing a little bit deep, but they're trying to pass it out here, Blackburn. Are they going to get caught? Burnley pressing a little bit higher than you might have expected, but really good football. Tronstadt. You know what I like about Blackburn there, they're available. They're not scared of a Burnley press. And Tronstad, the captain, did a really good job there, making himself available, being brave in narrow situations and not being scared, not being ultimately scared of losing the ball. I like that. Danny Beck, Cozy Dewberry. And I noticed this last week against Leeds. Like, don't get me wrong, Blackburn were slightly annoying me in terms of the time they were taking, but they're not a bad footballing team at all. They're not a bad footballing team. You know, every single player wants the ball. They're not scared in tight pockets. And they were good against Leeds. You know, you have to be good on the ball as well. It's not just about defending. And I thought they were. Beck, blocked by Jaden Anthony. Wayne says, let's buy best players from Sheffield United, Sunderland and Burnley just for the fun of it. Yeah, mate, I don't know if we have those pockets, but Sheep will be having a relaxing day today with all these Willie Max at the match. Job from Sunderland instead of Ironson would be a great shout, so he's like his brother. Yeah, I'm not sure he's an out-and-out number 10, Job, but yeah, I know what you mean, mate. I think, yeah, Joe Bellingham would be a right side. He's been one of the best players, hasn't he? Cozy Dewberry goes to the corner, does well. Ball played in, great ball. Oh, nodded out the back. It's another Blackburn corner. I think Blackburn have started the better here. I think Blackburn have started the better. They had to get rid of that. Cozy Dewberry did really well getting to the byline. Beats Anthony. Cullen can't get round to him. And it's on a bobbly pitch. It's a really good ball in on a bobbly pitch on the stride there as well, by the way. And well put out as well. I think it's Humphreys at the back post. And it's yeah, Humphreys had to get rid of that. And it's another corner to Blackburn. They're going to have to make some of... You have to make some of these count. Okay. In swinger. Beck, I believe it is. It's a terrible ball in. That is awful. I'd be raging, everyone. Be absolutely raging. After I've just been bigging him up, Beck. What a terrible ball in that is. You know, if you're John Eustace, you'd be fuming at that. A chance to really hurt them. Burnley on set pieces, like they did with Leeds United the other day. And he's shaking his head there. That is crap from Beck. He's just missed everyone, and it's a Burnley corner. Right, says, I remember a time where you wasn't keen on doing Leeds watch-alongs. Yeah, mate. I mean, yeah, it's the thing is with it, is I watch a lot of other football. Do you know what I mean? I think I know a lot about other football as well, I'd say. I'm pretty well-versed. I'm a bit of a student of the game, maybe. It's just all I do, watch football, and all I do is talk about it. So if I'm sat here watching Blackburn and Burnley, why would I not just do a watch along? It doesn't make a lot of sense. And talk about it afterwards as well. So what I will say, everybody, is we are going to be making a new channel. We're going to be making a new channel talking about general content. That's going to be sort of in the next week. So yeah, slap a like on this and let me know in the comment section below if you'd actually like to see that as well, if you're not just interested in Leeds bits. Yeah. You heard anything about Sheaf, Connor? No, mate, there's no chance. There's no chance. I thought Blackburn were quite dirty against us. Some of the tactics were questionable. True, mate. Daniel, Sunderland fan. Hey, mate. He's already a bit of a fan favourite. Can be wasteful, but scores a fair bit of world. He's lightning for a big lad as well. Yeah, mate. Howie... I just thought how he did Anel. Bearing in mind, Anel at Sheffield United is probably top 3, top 4 centre-backs in the division. Just hold on a sec as Burnley come forward here. Probably their first bit of momentum going forward. Laurent plays the ball in, should be headed out by Danny Bart. It is up in the air. Can they win the seconds here? Burnley have with Brownhill. It's nodded out. Lewis Baker, terrible touch, just put it back into the mixer, and Cozy Dewberry's done a good job in terms of getting rid of it. But yeah, no, I'm very much of the beating Anel and doing that when you still had a lot to do and putting it in the far corner, beating Cooper to do that. That's a top finish at this level, mate. We don't have a striker who can do that. We don't have a striker who can do that in terms of just being able to beat a man and put it in the far corner like that. It's very rare. And the speed he's got off the mark, and changing it to a 2 up top for Sunderland will be actually quite interesting, because Mienda looked to profit from that massively. So yeah, we'll wait and see if that one works today, I guess. It's annoying that it's not on a different time. It'll happen tomorrow, won't it? The Portsmouth game. So quick look at the stats so far. 70%, man. 70% for Blackburn. It just stinks of a draw, doesn't it? It's a proper battle as well. Cullen and Campbell's. I don't know why Campbell's done that. Campbell's just bowled him over. Burnley free kick. Burnley haven't really got into it yet. Burnley haven't really got into it. And around the grounds as well. West Brom drawing 0-0. Swansea. We'll have the updates on for you there, everyone, as well. Burnley just need to settle down a little bit here. But at the same time, this is the problem. So what they're doing right now is quite similar. I'd be interested to see if Burnley go long a bit more. If they go long a bit more, that is changing it up to what they did against Leeds United, what Leeds did against Blackburn. Leeds just didn't go long, so we didn't have that presence. So Egan Riley has the ball right now. It's gone centrally, but it's nicked. It's stolen. And this is a really good transitional opportunity. Baker. Oh, nearly a brilliant ball to Gay. It's a very, very important interception from Egan Riley, who's been so good for Burnley. And now Sarmiento comes away with it, who was pressured in that build-up. Anthony cuts inside, goes outside again. Great ball in. Anthony, far post, and Dolan has received it on the other side. It's opening up a little bit now, which is good to see. Burnley have committed a lot of men forward. Dolan just in this right-hand pocket looking for forward options. Cantwell inside. But yeah, good little transitional opportunity there. And to be fair to Baker, he looked like he had the right amount of fizz on the ball to play it into Gabe. It's a brilliant tackle from Egan Riley. Very even so far, though. Has to be said. Not much between the two teams as Cullen puts in a reducer, a bit of a response in on Cantwell. Yeah, a bit of an interesting one there. Cantwell and Cullen. Okay, so we go again. Ball put up by Hyam. Gay does well. Wins that second. Poor from Estev, to be fair. Is there anyone in the box? Gay going wide right, putting a ball in. It's not a good ball. Burnley trying to win it back, and they have done. Really well done by Britain. Knocked out, though. Knocked out. But it's good battling here by Blackburn. It's a tough game, isn't it? It's a tough old game, this. You can tell. Love the rival watch on. Good man, Aiden. I'd go with the new channel for all sorts of bits. I will do indeed, mate. Will do indeed. So ball played forward. Estev up against Cantwell. Estev does really well, to be fair. Oh, and it looks like it's gone out. Poor control by Humphreys. Estev gives me the championship Mickey van der Ven's about him. Do you know what I mean? We concentrate too much on possession at times and controlling games, move it quickly, or after hurt teams like Blackburn on the break. Good side, Blackburn. They are a good team. They are a good team. They're just solid, but they've got quality as well. And that's why you'll see on my match reaction against Blackburn, I was annoyed during the watch-on, obviously, because protecting that lead when you've not been playing well was embarrassing from Leeds. It was embarrassing. But at the same time, like, they're a good team. They are a good team. Of course they are. Egan Riley. Once again, Burnley just moving the ball a bit slowly here. Suit Blackburn. Suit Blackburn. They need to find Sarmiento in these pockets and play these long balls. Leeds were not playing long balls against Blackburn. And it was a big problem. Anthony on the right-hand side going up against Beck. It's going to be a tough one for Anthony, that. And Beck, to be fair. Bit of a duel. Roberts goes inside. Laurent moves it quickly. Better. Anthony. It's got to be sort of 1-2 touches in these like smaller areas, and it's difficult. But against Blackburn, they make it difficult. You've got to move the ball quicker, which we didn't do. Brownhill, who I thought is always going to be the dangerous one today, because he manoeuvres in these pockets here and just gets onto that back line. Roberts goes down a bit easily. It's a bit pathetic, that, from Roberts, and he's got straight back up. A bit embarrassing, that, to be fair. Sarmiento, ball out wide. Good ball. Jaden Anthony, problem here, potentially. Ball played in. Danny Bart clears. Good football, though, from Burnley. A little bit better. Egan Riley. Anthony. Connor Roberts. Egan Riley. Good ball. A bit of fizz as well. But Blackburn are forcing them back, forcing them back. What I do like about Burnley, what I'll say is they're trying to play. I know even across the back line and in that midfield space, that at least they're taking a couple of touches. One, two, bang. Then they'll play the pass. One, bang. You know, a lot of the time, for example, with Leeds at Ewood Park, it'd be 6, 7 touches, then the pass. It's so easy to get your shape back. Zian Fleming is having to come a little bit deeper, though, which is it's definitely going to suit Blackburn. But Blackburn will just stay in this shape and they'll stay in this shape and they'll stay disciplined. And it'll pressure them a little bit in terms of Burnley to make these risque moves, but they'll have a lot of the ball. First long ball of the game. Egan Riley to Humphries, successful pass. Good little balance there by Sarmiento. Good bit of movement. That's brilliant from Sarmiento. Excellent tackle from Britton as well. And Blackburn come away with it. Sarmiento's looking the dangerous one at the minute, have to say. Baker goes long. It's poor. It's poor. Blaze says, Burnley most of the time need 1 goal to win. Yeah, it feels like that, doesn't it? Leeds needs to stamp authority on Hull today and put the chances away as well as bumping goal difference Teesside Whites. Yes, mate, definitely. Big game for us, big game for you there as well, won't it? Teesside. Okay. Esteve played back. Okay, Jaden Anthony against Beck again. Beck wins this duel. And Anthony just stops for some reason and asks for a foul. That's why you always play to the whistle. Beck. But then Beck gives it away. Poor. Maybe there's a few changes here with Blackburn, and you do wonder going forward if there's maybe a little bit of a lack of cohesiveness. You're looking at Cozier Dewberry coming in, who doesn't regularly start. You got Gay up front. You got Baker now regularly sort of in that DM replacing Travis, it looks like. So yeah, interesting going forward if they've got that click, you know. Egan Riley, Brownell. Egan Riley. Run by Humphries. See, this is where Burnley needs to be a bit more risky because Blackburn are going to deal with this. They're going to deal with it all day. As Humphries tackles, as Dolan tackles Humphries. I think Burnley still look good, though. I think the tempo's good. I think Blackburn are holding strong, but maybe you're seeing Burnley after that little spell. That's why you've got to put these good balls into the box. It's a great ball by Egan Riley there. Poor touch by Humphries. Egan Riley unlucky with a good crossfield ball. One of the better Burnley players for me, Egan Riley. I know a lot of people going about Stev, but he's a really decent player, the young man. Would love a player like Gay in our squad. Different dimension. Morning, Matt. How we doing, mate? Paul says if we got Buendia, we are the perfect 10 for Peru. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get Buendia, mate. I'd be stunned if that happened. Apparently they're wanting a sale, aren't they? But it is a Burnley free kick. Cheap free kick on, cheap foul on Lauren. Scott says, I don't think this game will end with 22 players on the park. Mark says, Happy New Year, Connor. Yeah, Happy New Year to you, mate. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. It's one of those games, isn't it? The Lancashire Derby. It's always a fierce one. I think from a Leeds fan's perspective, this needs to sort of end 0-0 or a 1-0 Blackburn would be nice. Would be nice. Burnley, though, they are looking, and they're a lot better away from home, Burnley. They seem to falter at home a little bit. But I always think in football that evens itself out over a season if you're good away from home. Ball played in the box. Headed back in. Headed out. Burnley winning a few of the second balls here. Esteve puts it back in the mixer and it should be punched out. It is punched out by Ainsley Pears. And Blackburn just need to get up the pitch a little bit here. They're getting very, very deep. And the thing is, the good thing about Blackburn is they've dealt with this with Leeds. Burnley, I don't know why. They're just moving the ball, I feel, a little bit quicker. They're not doing much with it, I have to say. And this is the thing. If they do get into this slow tempo build-up, they're not gonna get anything from this game. I thought they might struggle to get Sarmiento in the game a little bit here, but he's been getting a lot of the ball, I feel. But they're not doing that much with it. Lauren, anyway. Shout out to you, Rod. Shout out to you, mate. Yeah, it's all right, the flu. Good man. Succumb to it, mate. Just accept it. Accept the flu. Egan Riley. Connor Roberts. Goes long. See, they're winning the second balls, Burnley. Ball played in. Good little bit of play. Lauren nearly getting on it. This is the big thing, everybody. From a Leeds perspective, they're winning the second balls here, Burnley, in attacking phases, which is big. I think you win these second balls and it's gonna come good. But see the one-touch pass in there from Zian Fleming. We just didn't see that against Blackburn. I'm not trying to make this all about Leeds, by the way, but it is true. We just didn't see those intricate passes in and around the box. Pairs. They just need to get a little bit of the ball, I feel, Blackburn here. They're giving it away quite cheaply. You know, they're a good football team when they need to build up. Tronstadt. Cantwell. Needs to get him on the ball a little bit more. Cullen's following him everywhere. Kiam. Blocked out by Sarmiento. I think in this one, I think Blackburn have to get the first goal. I think if Burnley get the first goal, it's going to be an almighty task for Blackburn to break them down, I think. I think if Blackburn get the first goal, it'll end up a draw or they'll win the game. I don't think they'll lose the game if they score first. But I think they have to score that first goal. Dolan. Throw him. Yeah, they have come more into it, haven't they? Aidan says, Buendia on loan to buy, I want to believe. Yeah, man, I just don't think it'll happen. I was speaking to Nancy about it. You guys can check it out on the Patreon, but she ain't convinced either. Corner Blackburn. Feels a lot of the joy is going to be coming from Tyrese Dolan. It's what it feels like. Good little player, him. Really good little player. I like him. His percentages are just really decent as well. Cantwell on the corner. It's got to be a good one. Or is it Beck? Beck's got to put a better ball in. When you've got Gay, when you've got Danny Bart in there, and you've got Hiam, you've got to put a better ball in than what he just put in for that last one. It was a shocker. Gone short. Cantwell. Gone back to Beck. I don't know why they're doing this. Beck goes for delivery. It's too long again. It's a poor ball in. It's just crap from Blackburn. What is that? Why not just put the ball in the box? You've literally, against us in the last game, got joy from putting the ball in the mixer. The delivery is really poor here, Blackburn. It's really poor. They're not doing themselves any favour. That Beck is, after I just bigged him up, I think he is Liverpool, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he is Liverpool. Owen Beck. I'm thinking of Noah Beck. Remember Noah Beck from the Sidemen or whatever it was? Yeah, he's Liverpool. He is Liverpool. But that's poor, man. His delivery. Goodness me. Campbell loses it. Cullen. Josh Cullen. Roberts. Humphreys. Esteve. It looks like they've gone to a back three now. Humphreys has gone further forward to make up that looked like a foul as Blackburn win it back. Campbell's got to get rid of it. Gets rid of it. It's a poor ball. Baker does well strength-wise to keep Sarmiento off. Britain could have gone long there. I thought Britain could have gone long. You had the run being made by Campbell. He ignored him. Tronstadt reminds me of Adam Forshaw. He does remind me of Adam Forshaw. Campbell, I don't know if Britain's going to get to that. No, it's badly weighted pass. Campbell's not had a great start. I don't think. I think he's been marshalled a little bit by Cullen. Should that have been a corner? Oh, it should have been. They've been robbed a bit there. Blackburn. They should have had a corner. Poor refereeing. Let me live my delusions, Connor. Oh, they have got a corner. Sorry, they have got a corner. It looked like Britain was really upset with it, but back here anyway. It's got to be a better ball. It's got to be a better ball in the box here from Blackburn. Not been good enough so far with the giants they have in the box and the success rate as well from set pieces in the last game in particular. I think Cullen's got to be careful, hasn't he? Cullen's got to be careful here. Okay, Beck. Got to be a better ball. Oh, Blackburn. Blackburn. They are just causing their own problems. The ball is deep against. That's the third set piece where they've just, it's not, the delivery's been problematic. The delivery's been really problematic. It had nothing on it there again, no whip on it whatsoever. Poor delivery from Blackburn Rovers. Lee Carsley in the stand as well. Interesting. Got his Air Jordan. Do we want a Blackburn win to keep Burnley at arm's length, or would we rather a draw? Yeah, I mean, I'd oh, here we go. Opportunity. Brownhill, the danger man. Well done, Beck. Looks like, is that a corner or is it throw? Defensively, Beck's look pretty decent, to be honest. No, I'd 100% be going with a Blackburn win here. I'd be more than happy with a Blackburn win. It's a Blackburn corner. No, it's not. It's a Burnley goal kick. As bad as us on corner, but this helps us, doesn't it? It's fine, no problem. It being 0-0, I don't mind it. But it is very Burnley, and it's Stoke 0, but Plymouth 0 as well. 0-0 Swansea West Brom. Can Blackburn play? Oh, and they can't play out from the back. It's poor from Tronstadt, who plays the ball too far ahead of Beck. Anthony. Cullen. Roberts can't take it down. Cozy Dewberry goes back and loses it, but it is a throw-in. Back. Gay. Esteve at the back. Burnley win it back. Yeah, I don't know with Blackburn. It feels like they're definitely in this game. Burnley's they need to step it up, but I think they're a little bit. What you've got to do is you've got to credit Blackburn, because Burnley will be worried, 100% worried about Blackburn's transitional play and the counter attack. That's why they're not playing the ball quickly, in my opinion. When you got Tyrese, when you got ball forward. Oh, Pears nearly behind the centre back there. Good long ball. Humphreys. Refs had a good game. Refs had a really good game. Baker goes long. Cantwell, not nowhere near that. Cantwell's going to be in bother in this game. Ashley Barnes already warming up. Happy with this at the minute, Connor? Yeah, mate. Nothing really going on, is there? Nothing really going on, which is fine for Leeds. Absolutely fine for Leeds. Once again, we've got to do our job, haven't we? We've got to do our job at the KC, Egan Riley. But it's been very, very, very tepid. It's been a bit of a boring game. I mean, they've been the better team, I think, Burnley just maybe. But once again, the tempo's low. The tempo's low, which is they've got a very, very similar build-up to Leeds United, and that will struggle against Blackburn. Unless they need to start moving the ball quickly. They need to start playing the ball long a little bit, trying to hit the channels. If they don't do that, they're going to be playing the ball in the middle of the park, and it's going to suit Blackburn. It's going to suit Blackburn. Let's have a look at some of the stats so far, everyone, just to really get you excited. There has been one shot in the whole game. One shot, everybody. One shot in the entirety of the game. So yeah, none on target, no big chances. Yeah, it's straight down the middle, innit? Straight down the middle. Fair play to you watching Blackburn again. They may be effective at not losing, but they are so boring. It's how the game is meant to be played, surely. Yeah, David, are you a Leeds fan? Domsa says, Connor, is anything on the room mill at the minute? Just ones that I know from speaking to people are just a little bit way off the mark, mate. So I'm not sort of going into it too much as Sarmiento goes for it and it's blocked. Dolan. Yeah, I'm not going into it too much because I sort of know for a fact some things are just not going to happen. And I don't want to just, unless something drastically happens and we lose someone with a surprise bid, I just know things are not going to happen for a fact in certain, in certain positions. So, yeah, what's the point? Dolan wins a foul, does really well there. And Cullen really should be in the book there. Hasn't gone in the book. Sarmiento intercepted. The good thing here about Blackburn is they're just all over Sarmiento. I mean, the thing is with Cullen, how many is it now? It's a really good player, Dolan. Really good player. Afternoon, Connor. Hey, Rem. Hull are going to be missing a few players this game. Yeah, we'll have a quick look, mate. We'll have a quick look at that. Actually, have they got? There's a bit of a bug going around at the minute, isn't there? I think Rod was just saying how ill he is, and I think there is a bit of a bug going around. Let's have a quick look at the latest news, anyway. Beck. Let's have a quick look. I can't see anything. It's just the latest news really is literally just Farker quotes. Cozier Dewberry on the left hand side up against Connor Roberts. Could there be a last chance here? Dewberry inside. Probably the best chance of the game. Best chance of the game. And it's palmed out wide by Trafford. Cut inside by Cozier Dewberry. It was going wide anyway, but Trafford just covered it, and it is a Blackburn corner. That's how dull it's been, everybody. That is probably the best moment of the game. Trafford makes a save around the corner. Cantwell on the corner. Can they do something before half-time? Cantwell. Ball in. Terrible, terrible corners from Blackburn in this game, mate. Terrible. Like, oh, it's frustrating, isn't it? The one they got right against Leeds United went in the back of the net, but they're not even hitting the first and second connection. I think against Leeds, to be fair, it was how embarrassing how absolutely embarrassing our defending was. Losing the first and second when you just scored a goal made me literally feel sick. So, yeah. Nova virus is sweeping the country. I went to Manchester over the Christmas. I took your advice and checked out the markets. My family had a great time. Ryland Library is underrated. Shout out to you, Matt. Shout out to you. We had flu middle of December. Might be that. Okay, Burnley coming forward here. Sarmiento, who I would say has probably been their best player. Brownhill, who's definitely the danger here. Brownhill back to Zian Fleming. Fleming gets it back. Good quick play from Burnley. Increasing the tempo a little bit. Gay does really well to just get in front of Cullen there. Good strides as well. He's come away with the ball. Connor Roberts chasing him. Gay. Thank you. Really poor there from Gay, by the way. In a really good, promising moment, and he's just decided to play an overcooked ball. This game has lacked a lot of quality. A lot of quality. Yeah, not good. Cullen. All that energy Gay is just made to get up the field, and it's for absolutely nothing. It's just a waste, isn't it? Trafford in there. Dormson just says, just got back from doing brunch with the wife in Worcester, settling down to watch the game to get 3 points at Hull. You confident, Gone? I am, mate. Yeah, I'm confident today. I'm going to go with a 3-1 win. It could even be a 3-0 win, to be fair, couldn't it? But yeah, we'll be doing a watch-along and fan reaction as well if you want to stick around for that one. But yeah, I'm confident today, mate. I am confident today. I think it's going to be a win for Leeds United. Put it this way, if we don't win, my God, I might have to have a little bit of a crisis talk with you guys. in the least reactionary way possible. You cannot be losing the games to Hull City at the KC. Get it's a new manager, but God, can we increase these standards, please? Do you know what I mean? Should we be beating Hull at home? Of course we should. Fouls everywhere. Oh, the first yellow card of the game. At long last, it's Laurent. Ref's had enough. At last. It's completely unprovoked, isn't it, from Laurent on Campwell. So Laurent is on 5. Like, this is this thing with football. It's like, why do you make tackles like that? What's the point? Completely unprovoked and unneeded as we approach the 41st minute. Look, guys, we sort of predicted this game would go. I said a 2-2, and I thought, do you know what? We're going to get a good game here. It's going to be a proper game. But as in, you'll have seen the previews throughout the week. Blackburn Burnley was always going to be a tight affair. Always going to be a tight affair. I was just trying to be optimistic. I think in the last game, it was 1-1. It was just a dull game. Really dull game. Egan Riley. Stev. Tronstadt. The best player of the game has been Dolan, who's been fouled about 400 times. I mean, it's just, I don't mind it being like this, but it must be a frustrating game to be involved in. You know what I mean? It's just foul, foul, foul. Dolan's down now. Was a foul, to be fair. Okay. Danny Bat. Beck. Cuts inside. Oh, he's nicked it. Anthony's nicked it high. He's done really well. And he's received the ball now. Anthony. Oh, and he just couldn't get it under his spells. Danny Bart comes out with the ball. Campwell got a bit of room here. He's not manoeuvred into that space ahead of Cullen there. Dolan has the ball anyway. Campwell. Burnley have got back in numbers. Ball playing, and it's not good enough. Campwell's not had the greatest start. Cozier Dubry is over the bar. Should have done better. And it's another corner. It's another corner. Yeah, it is. It's a corner. Okay. Todd Campwell. At some stage, we have to see some quality from a corner. We have to see some quality from a corner. Blackburn have had 7 corners against Burnley, and they've done nothing. A lot of it hasn't been Burnley's brilliance at the back. It's been the ball in. Campwell swings it in. Bit better. Trafford gets it. Baker on the edge. Blocked by Brownhill. Britton. Tronstadt. Back in the mixer. Yeah, he goes for it, but yeah. Must have doing some weird thing with his tongue, but it was nowhere near. Nowhere near. Yeah, I've got a Louisville. Yeah, kind of. 1-0 Rovers. This deflected corner strike goes in off someone's knee, and Eustace claims another masterclass. Haven't had a chance to catch up on the rumour this week, Connor. Any interesting ones? Mate, need to be watching it. Need to be watching it. Goodness me. Any interesting rumours this week? Probably the best one I've seen is Elvedi at Borussia Mönchengladbach. That's probably the content we've done the most on. Elvedi is an incoming, and how that would work, just because he's literally been with Farke before, and it looks like a loan to a permanent would be something that would be a goer. That's an interesting one because it obviously depends on what happens with Verba. But another interesting one is Jack Harrison. Everton don't want him anymore. I can say that for a fact. The club, the fans, they don't want him anymore, and they want another incoming. But, you know, to get another incoming, they have to get rid of Jack Harrison. And basically, they've all realised like what we realised, or some of us realised years ago, that he's nowhere near good enough for Premier League level. So Harrison's probably the most interesting one. Nico Elvedi, probably the interesting incoming, but it's all dependent once again on what happens with some of our players. Dolan, Britain, has Blackburn come forward? Maybe the last time in the half. Lewis Baker, Dolan, surrounded by Burnley players. Ball played through. Baker with a good run. Baker, ball in. Not a great ball in. Yeah, Blackburn just don't really have much in the final third, it feels. Yeah, it doesn't feel great in the final third. Well, Blackburn have maybe edged it. I'd say have edged it the last 10 minutes. Newcastle 2-1 up. Trademark hot and cold Harrison. Exactly, mate. Exactly. Matt says, am I the only one that finds myself laughing at the fact we could be watching Premier League or Champions League midweek, yet we all watch Championship League? Mate, imagine watching Spurs Newcastle right now. Spurs Newcastle right now would be so much better, wouldn't it? But we're all watching all the circumstances around Leeds United. Goodness me. Tronstadt. Campbell. And the referee gives a free kick, and then completely bizarre. Ref gives a free kick, then there's a pass from the free kick, and then he blows up for half time. Guys, I'm going to go with a quick. I'm going to go for a quick toilet break, and I will see you for the second half. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Cheers. And also, we're gearing up to Leeds, aren't we? We're gearing up to Leeds. How exciting. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Well, hello, everybody. We're back. And is it Ashley Barnes time? That is the question. Is it Ashley Barnes time, which you do fear for Blackburn, not in terms of the quality of the guy, but it is just Ashley Barnes, isn't it? You just know exactly what's going to come. So, bit of a battering ram. I think it's probably the perfect way that Burnley can go about this second half, if I'm honest with you, because I think if they manage to do that with Barnes, what's going to happen is they're going to hit the front man. You hit the front man, and you're not just building through that midfield, which I think has been the problem right now for Burnley. I think you hit that big man. Have Sarmiento, let's say, just in behind him. I think that'd be a really good option. These two are ask on it. Yeah, it's not a great game, mate. It's not a great game. I don't think we were great against them, though. That is what I will say. But yeah, it is not a good game of football, lads and ladies. It really isn't. But look, a 0-0 doesn't kill Leeds, which is good. But yeah, we're going to get going, everyone. We're going to get going on the whistle. Baker to take it. So we'll get on with it as soon as Baker knocks it. Here we go. Start the second half for everyone. Let's hope. Let's hope we see a better game, eh? Let's hope we see a better game. Be nice for Blackburn to get it. Already a free kick. Just how we like it. Just how we like it. Okay. Evan says, could see us going 5 points clear of Blaze today. Watford away, not a nice fixture at all. No, it's not, mate. Do you know what Blackburn reminded me of? Paul Cook's Wigan under Bielsa. Back to the match. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout. But yeah, that's the way they're going to work around this Burnley. I think Burnley and Blackburn, Burnley literally, I think, have just got to hit the front man a little bit more because getting through that middle part of Blackburn is a problem. Because you just get Cantwell just essentially just sitting as a midfield three as well, which is just minging, and you just can't get through it unless you move the ball quicker. So they're not going to move the ball quicker. So I think you just got to get the big man on, try go for those long balls. Blackburn win it. Gay's not a bad player up top for him. He's not a bad player up top for him, but flipping out, just his first touch, it's like a trampoline. Ainsley pairs two good goalkeepers in this game as well. Gay wins that. Brownhill does well though. Good game. A good game in terms of physicality, I guess, and real competitiveness as Tronstad goes for Callum Britton on that right-hand side. Good long ball. Britton up against Humphreys, decides to go back. Baker goes long. Nice left-footed pass. If you're a Blackburn fan watching, you must be happy with Baker's inclusion recently because he's been good for Blackburn, hasn't he? Ball in. Cantwell. Poor ball. First man again. Free kick Free kick Blackburn. Shout out to all you in the building. Make sure you slap a like. We've got 800 people watching on all platforms. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Lewis Baker, anyway. Baker and Beck over it, two left footers. Baker plays the ball out wide. Dolan, great ball in. Unlucky. And it's another foul, flipping out. Hi, Connor, mate. Hi, Chris. Boring 0-0. Just joined. Who's on top, mate? Hi, Carl. Yeah, it's very, very as you were, mate. As you can imagine, it is a very, very dull affair. But I'd say the second half, I mean, it's just started, but in the first half, it was so even. It's unbelievable. So even. It's unbelievable. So, yeah, I wouldn't really take anything out of it. I think Burnley have got to just start. The thing with Burnley is I was mentioning it just a little bit earlier as well. They move it exactly like we do. They move the ball exactly like we do, which is in that transition, they try to have the ball a lot. The possession-based side, and the tempo is slow. Burnley's tempo is slow, and that's perfect for Blackburn. The way Burnley work around this is bringing a big man on and getting beyond that midfield and being brave and not being too worried about Blackburn on that transition. I think Leeds were worried about Blackburn on that transition. in my opinion, because I think we actually knew that they've got a little bit of bite going forward. Um, yeah, and they've got to be a little bit braver and move that ball quicker and take more risks. And they're not doing that at the minute. Tronstad does well. Cozier Dubry. I think actually one of the poorer players in the game is probably in Cantwell. I think he's just struggled to get hold of the game a little bit, and they need him in this game. They need him in the transition. Estev, Egan Riley. Back to Trafford. Trafford goes long. Ooh, it's a rough one on Anthony, that from Beck. That'll have winded him, that one. That'll have been a winder. Blackburn away ain't easy. It's not at all. Mike says, yeah, I love games like this. Plenty of physicality and tackles, lots of crosses too. Yeah, someone's mentioned George Graham. It feels like they're both owned by Graham at the minute, doesn't it? Or managed by Graham, I should say. Beck, Dubry, Blackburn throw. I think the biggest, if you have just joined, probably the biggest underwhelming factor about it is, I would say, from a Blackburn standpoint, it has been the corners. The delivery's been really poor. Cullen's is Cullen been booked yet? I don't know. I don't know how Cullen's not been booked. At least, I mean, he just dragged Cantwell down. If I'm Cantwell, I'm just running at him, all the time. David Summers says, "Good morning, boys. I would like Ramazani, Ampadu, and Joseph starting. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough." Back. Good lads, this game's got to improve on it. Oh my God, this is got to be the worst standard of football I've watched this season. It is bad, isn't it? Imagine paying like 40 odd quid or whatever they pay, like, for this game. I don't know if it's like a class A, so it probably is 40 quid in it. Gay does really well. Oh, it's a terrible second touch, though. Cozier Dubry has it. Can he release it early? He does. No one there, though. Absolutely no one there. Cantwell does well. Keeps it down. Tronstadt. Britain cuts inside. Cantwell looks off. But yeah, he's off. Yeah, Cantwell made that run too early. The Connor call, everyone didn't get excited. The ball's been in the back of the net for Blackburn, but it was offside. Whose fault was this? I'd say it was Cantwell. Cantwell went way too early. Good finish. Good ball into the box and good finish. But best moment of the game, that. Best moment of the game. 51 minutes in, Blackburn put the ball in the back of the net. But at last, we see a run behind the defence from Todd Cantwell. At last. But Burnley could have another game where they don't concede, which is unbelievable, by the way. And for those who don't think they're a problem, don't think they're a threat, you're a threat if you've conceded 9 goals by what are we on? January 4th. That is absolutely incredible. They're always going to be a threat. If they don't concede goals, they don't lose games. Burnley just don't lose games then. So on the average, they're just not going to do it. If you concede 9 goals and that continues, that's absolutely immense. Oh, brilliant from Blackburn. Brilliant football. And then Baker. God, that was so bad. Like, they got out of this really tight pocket really well there. Good little bit of football. And then Baker is on the ball, has time, and just passes it back to Burnley. Shocking standard. And that's what it's been for. I mean, Burnley really haven't had anything. At least Blackburn have been in that final third a little bit. I mean, they've had the corners as well, but that final bit has just not been there. Trafford clears. Baker. Dolan closes Humphreys. Oh, good football from Burnley. Really good football. Sarmiento. Josh Lawrence skips past Hyam, and Hyam's going to get a card there. Yellow card. First of the game, I think. Hard to make that, though. Hard to make that. Looking like a 0-0 game. Graham Smith just said no sign of Patrick Bamford. Fucking hell, man. Useless, isn't he? Still people, by the way, who call him the best striker at the football club if he's played. I've actually heard that, which is the most staggering claim on. But there you go. People just won't let it go. They won't let it go that he scored a lot of goals one season. Apparently, he's a combination of Peru and Joseph, which always makes me laugh. Because what I will say about Peru is he's a good finisher, and Patrick Bamford has never been a good finisher. What I will say about Joseph is he links the attack and the midfield really well. Bamford, for me, has never been that. I hope not, Callum. I hope not, Callum. Showed a little bit of passion there. I didn't mind it, and he shouldn't have come off anyway. Let's be honest, he shouldn't have come off anyway. He was offering the most threat in that game. 55 minutes in, Burnley with a throw. Connor Roberts with an absolute arm on him. We all know that. Launched in by Roberts, headed out by Bat. Back to Roberts. Gay, man. He is a bit of a donkey, isn't he? What is he doing? He's just giving away such a... I mean, look, it was soft. It was soft, but you know what Cullen's going to go do that. And there's contact. What is he doing? Gay. It's completely unnecessary. And Gay's just giving them a foul in a really good position. Right. Burnley free kick. Good area. Very good area. It feels like it's going to be a set piece for either team because in open play, there's nothing happening. Open play, there is nothing happening in this game. Set piece. Jaden Anthony. Good delivery. Nodded out by nodded out by Gay. And it is a free kick to Blackburn. My goodness. Jesus. Could we ever see Joseph in the 10? Nah, mate. I don't think he's a 10 anyway. Michael says Burnley have already made 2 signs in the transfer window. A defender have re-signed Ashley Barnes. But yeah, we've already spoken about it, mate. Already spoken about it. I don't know what that was a foul for, by the way. I don't know why there was a foul there. But there you go. Fleming not happy. Pez goes long. Headed out. Fleming, it's another foul. Guys, one of the worst games you've ever seen. Zian Fleming gives it away, and it's a free kick to Blackburn. Blackburn had 7 corners in that first half and just couldn't make them count. I hope, I pray. Come on, let's have a bit of harmony. A little bit of harmony for Blackburn. Come on, lads. Oh, it's a tea lights crap. Yeah, a bit of harmony for Blackburn, eh? Right, free kick. Baker, long. Oh, yeah, I'm out of play. Jesus. We might see something at some point, lads. Who knows? I tell you what, that looked like from the free kick there that was given the other way. Could have been a Burnley pen, that. Could have been a Burnley pen. Yeah, I agree, Carl. I agree. Bamford, yeah, I can see a lot of people wishful thinking about him, potentially. I hope so. I hope so. Riley goes long. That's where Burnley are going to get a bit of joy here, by the way. 100% where they're going to get a bit of joy. Another foul. This game is minging. Yeah, that's another thing. Let's talk about that. You know, they've got a lot of players out for this one, Blackburn, to be fair to them. So just a quick look, and that's a real positive for them. A real positive. And like the momentum bar's not, it's, you know, it's not that much in favour of Burnley, but Sigurdsson, Pickering, Carter, Travis, Wharton, Ahashi. Ahashi's out as well, who was playing last week. Gilsonen as well is out. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 players out for this one. A lot of them are first teamers. So Blackburn are doing a really good job, to be fair. No, I don't think Blackburn. He's not off, guys. Bamford's not off. The guy will be at Leeds until that contract winds down. And you'll still have people saying he's the best attacker at the club because some Leeds fans are just completely bizarre mentally. Because you cannot back it up with any form of fact. But you'll still have that because he's part of the Bielsa team, and the Bielsa team naturally get more flowers than anybody else, apart from Strauch. Apart from Strauch, who is still around. That is okay. Burnley coming forward. Roberts. Burnley coming into it a bit now. Anthony, good ball in. Ooh, bad touch from Batt. Ball in from Humphreys. It's another good ball. And it's 1-0. It's brilliant from Zian Fleming. It's been coming. It's been coming. One 0 Burnley. Yeah, I think they were coming into it, Burnley. I think they were coming into it. Fair play to them. The crosses in were excellent there. The crosses in were absolutely fantastic. 2 absolutely brilliant balls in. So the ball came to Connor Roberts, and they were moving the ball quickly. I said in the first half, they need to start getting the ball in the box. Like Jaden Anthony, what Danny Bart's doing. Why Britain's not calling to Danny Bart saying my ball. But it's a lovely, 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 lovely ball in by the left back, Bashir Humphreys. Absolutely begging to be headed in. Fleming gets away. I think he gets away from... I don't know who's he getting away from. You can't really see. It's a bundle of bodies, but it's a really good header. And Burnley take the lead again away from home. Yeah, really good goal. Really good goal. Really good goal. And yeah, 1-0. And then that's, for me, that is pretty much it. I said Blackburn had to score. Blackburn had to score first. They had to do. They haven't, and that's it. I will go as far as saying that's it, honestly. I know football doesn't work that way, but this lot just don't concede goals, really. Burnley conceding, 9 goals all season. And Blackburn haven't really created anything from open play. Fleming. Sarmiento looking for a second here, Burnley. Ooh, poor touch, but Laurent headed out. It's been a good start, I have to say. Burnley have had a really good sort of 5 to 10 minutes, it has to be said. They're completely on top here. And Rovers are rattled. And I think, everyone, this is the annoying thing from a Leeds fan's perspective. You had Sheffield United going here and winning. And you've had Burnley potentially going here and winning as well. Oh, my God. Yeah, it took 4 points off us. Yeah. Dan's in the building. Cheers, Dan. Leeds need to win their next few league matches to pull away from the chasing pack. They do, mate. What I'd say is two teams go up, don't they? 2 teams go up. That's what we always got to bear in mind there. But yeah, now they've Burnley have edged this game. They definitely have edged. Definitely edged the second half. They've been the much better team. They're just moving the ball quicker. They're moving the ball a lot quicker. And Leeds, as I've said, a possession-based side. Burnley, a possession-based side. That first 45, they were doing a Leeds. The tempo was gone. They weren't taking any risks. They look like they pushed the fullbacks up a little bit higher during this second half. Josh Brownhill is literally now pretty much a number 10, an out-and-out number 10. They've just pushed the fullbacks and Josh Brownhill 5 yards higher. And it's massively worked. Massively worked. They're taking the risk because they're not that worried about the transition from Blackburn. Now, there is an argument they should be, but if you're pushing players higher, that means Tyrese Dolan and Campbell are going to have to revert back. But yeah, this could be a lost cause now for Blackburn because Burnley don't concede goals. Good tackle from Sarmiento. Humphries looks like a good player, doesn't he? Very rangy. Sarmiento. Cullen. Little ball out wide here. Anthony. Ball in. Brownhill. Back to Anthony. Ball in again. Good ball. Out by Bart. Need a bit of respite here, Burnley. Blackburn. The goal has just absolutely egged them on. Right, open play transition. Here we go. Blackburn. It's 4-on-4. This is the opportunities they need to take. Burnley right out of position. It's shit ball from Campbell. Terrible ball from Todd Campbell. Awful. Simple 5-yard pass, and it happened in the first half with Gay. Simple 5-yard pass to put Dolan in. Screws it up. It's the quality difference. You know, what a moment that was. Blackburn coming forward like blue and white arrows, 4-on-4, which they've not got in this game, barely, you know, in those open play moments. And it's just an awful pass by Todd Campbell. And these are the moments, these are the quality moments that you need. Humphries had an excellent game. Josh Laurent, Brownhill, who's edging forward. Kev City Kyle says, imagine watching this and thinking Burnley were anywhere close to Leeds. The delusion. What are you on about? Who are you saying? What? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're on about. Let me know in the comment section below. Is this just one of those stupid blanket statements about people? You know, people just... What are you saying there? What are you saying? You do realise they're on 52 points. Just have a quick look at the table. Danny Batt goes for a crossfield ball. Britton. Blackburn have got to do something in these moments. Britton does well. Oh, it looks like he trips, but he's won a free kick. Won a free kick. Big moment here. Big moment. Britton did really well. Megged Humphries. Good play. They've got to do something from these situations. They've got to start doing something from these situations. Blackburn. Yeah, Burnley are the 1-0 specialist, Jace. You're right. Ball in. Ben Wren. I've always said it'll be. I've always said, well, for the last month and a bit, I've always said it's going to be Burnley. Yeah. So I've changed my mind basically. But yeah, Burnley definitely. Beck with the ball in. Palmed out by Trafford. The set pieces, Blackburn's have been absolutely appalling. Appalling. Every single one. Beck's delivery's been crap. Cantwell's delivery's been crap. It's not been good enough. Baker to Beck, and that looked like a foul again. Corner. Okay, corner. Beck. Oh my God, how have Blackburn not scored? Best opportunity of the game. Scramble in the box. How have they not scored? Roberts is down on the floor again. Oh, Gay was at the back post, guys. What an opportunity that was for Blackburn. Blackburn's best opportunity of the game. Set piece. At last, they got one right. Oh, Gay was at the back post to put it in. It just didn't ricochet out. Trafford's taking all the time. To be fair, you got to say fair play to Burnley. Like, the amount of time wasting they do is incredible. And they manage games so well. Oh, it's a bit embarrassing that from Egan Riley. I was given a foul. I think this is the issue with the referees in games like this. They can't manage it because they're just not good enough. You know, when it's like a really big game. I mean, if you're not watching, Trafford's got the ball on the floor there where the Blackburn player can go get the ball. And Egan Riley's just stepped in front of Dolan. And it's a free kick Burnley's way, which is mad. It's mad. The refs just can't control games like this. They're so inept and sickly in standard. And I will say sickly in standard. They're abhorrently bad with no backbone. They can't deal with big games. That's why English referees around Europe are just laughed at. They're absolutely laughed at. But yeah. Hi, Connor. Watching your broadcast from Manila. Long live Leeds United. It's hot and humid here. Hope you'll have to come here one day. Yeah, shout out to you, William Yu. Shout out to you, mate. Good to hear that. And once again, Daniel, top man. Cheers for that, mate. Big supporter of the channel. Oh, man. But yeah, it's not ideal, is it? Not ideal. Blackburn have got to conjure something here. But they've got Blackburn a bit. So they've got Burnley. They've got Blackburn a bit rattled. It feels as Campbell goes down again, and no yellow card. What I will say is Campbell does get smacked a lot, doesn't he? So Leonard looks like he's coming on here. Obviously, the man who got the Harry Leonard and Andy Vyman. Leonard, obviously, the man who got the equaliser against Sunderland. Leeds lineup's going to be announced, everybody, in 2 minutes. We're still going to go with this, and then we're going to go straight into the watch-along for the Leeds games. Make sure you stick around. Amy says, loads of people say the players in the England Leeds are coddled, weak, not good enough frauds, while the other ones are tough, can take a hard hit. Yeah. Yeah, I think the big thing, Amy, is just the referees, though. They're such bad flag bearers for this country. So bad. I've actually spoke to a former referee about their reputation. It's so bad. Just guess, don't they? They guess with no real authority. Callum Britton, Lewis Baker. Burnley have zipped up now. They're pressing as well, which is very impressive. And Blackburn can't really get out at the minute. That's well played from Blackburn. Tronstad. They've not been bad at all today, Blackburn. They've just not been... I don't know, I felt Leeds, they were a little bit more aggressive. Maybe they were a little bit more creative. And maybe that's a shout out to Burnley, to be honest. You can see why the guy up top's doesn't start. Dewberry, anyway, big chance here for Blackburn to do something. Dewberry, open play again. It's a crap ball again. Ball comes out wide. Nah. Tronstad, best opportunity that for Blackburn. Cozy Dewberry's been their best player, I think. Him or Dolan. Oh, it's a great block from Josh Cullen. It's a corner again to Blackburn. Something maybe. Beck, it's got to be a good ball in here. In swinger. And Cullen's shirt is off his back. Oh my God. They really know the dark arts, don't they? Baker's a big lad, isn't he? Never realised what a big lad Baker was. Owen Beck. Ball played in. It's a good ball. That's a much better ball. And Callum Britton, 35 yards out. This is what I don't understand, guys. You know, when footballers just don't have brains, in my opinion. Like, you know, if Burnley are taking as long as they are on the ball, right? Why would you then have a shot from 30 yards out, which you're not balanced, you're not ready for? This is why I go nuts with Leeds sometimes, because it's like, just keep hold of the ball. at least keep hold of the ball. Gay comes off for Blackburn. He's not been great. Not been great at all. Harry Leonard comes on. Lineup announced for Leeds United. Everybody will be getting that. We'll be getting into that. We're going straight into the Watchalong. It's Watchalongs all day, baby. So we're going to be going into that afterwards. So make sure you stick with me. You'll be redirected to it. But yeah, the starting 11 for Leeds United. Ilan Mele in net. Hold on, I'll get it up for you here. Okay, it's literally as you expect. Kind of. Okay, Anthony on the right-hand side, overlapped by Roberts. Anthony, good save. Anthony's been good, you know. He's been a good signing. He's been a really good sign for Burnley. Cantwell, this game's opening up. Good ball forward. Is it Leonard? First involvement of the game. Vyman. Beck. Blackburn coming out a little bit more here. Cantwell. Goes on the left, no support. Ball out wide. Britton. It's a brilliant touch from Britton. Oh, just can't get round Bashir Humphreys, but it's a corner. It's so irritating, isn't it, that Blackburn are now getting into it. It's so bizarre how football works. Yes, this is the 11, if you're not seeing it. If you've not seen it so far, everyone. So, yeah. Ilan Mele in net, Jayden Bogle, Max Verber. Big one. Big one. So that's Pascal. Is he on the bench? I don't know. I don't think he is. So Pascal's not on the bench. Ball in by Beck. Trafford does really well. It's a good keeper, Trafford. And then it's as you were up top, which we all sort of expected, I think. Ball in again from Blackburn. Oh, my God. Baker had to score. Biggest opportunity. Ball played in the box, and Baker's there with a header. Oh, Cantwell, what a ball in. That was his left foot. Baker's got to do better, man. He's not even at the target. What an opportunity. Oh, it's poor from Lewis Baker. Poor. But yeah, our front three, James, Aronson, Solomon, Peru. Meh. Tanaka and Rothwell in the middle. So Ampadu presumably is in a back. So it'll be Verber at left back, won't it? Yeah, back. So Ampadu's at the back, isn't he? Oh, God. So annoying just seeing Ampadu at the back again. So annoying. Good morning, Connor. How you going, Donator? Is Pascal going to Spurs? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. And if they did, they're absolutely batshit crazy. They literally let him go to Spurs, the morons. They're absolute morons if they decided to do that. And a lot of you would see, if that ever did happen, a lot of you would see how much we missed him. Because a lot of it, I can't stand the crap we see from our fan base sometimes. Oh, Pascal's crap. Yeah, all right, okay. He's crap, isn't he? Put it this way, there's only one of our centre-backs that gets touted by all of these bigger clubs. But the fan base are just like, I don't know. I think there's a lot of them who don't give him his flowers, and it's really irritating sometimes. But yeah, everyone stick with me. We're going to be doing the watch long after this. We've got that all set up. Good afternoon, Connor. Hey, Josh. All good, mate. Jamie Ampadu didn't get us promoted at centre back. That's not what happened. You know, there are plenty of games of which, like last season, towards the back end of it, he struggled. Do you know what I mean? He struggled at centre back. You know, look at the 3 wins in 11 towards the back end of the season. He really struggled. Went on a 10-game winning run with him, but we also made changes. You know, Bamford helped the system, to be fair, over Peru. Bamford helped the system over Peru last season massively when he came in as an outlet. Hence why Farker made the change. You know, it wasn't all just Ampadu coming in. There was other personnel changes as well. We made wing changes. It wasn't just Ampadu being at the back. Yeah, he was a big part of it, of course, but Strauch is a better centre back than Ampadu. So who's to say that wouldn't have happened if Pascal was there anyway? You can't just work on these hypotheticals for me. I mean, what I'm saying is kind of a hypothetical. If Strauch was there, we'd have been fine. But what I'm saying is, with your hypothetical now, presumably what you're veering towards is that, you know, with Ampadu it'll be as good as Strauch, and it just won't be, mate. It just won't be. You need Ampadu. You need your best player in centre mid. Why are we obsessed about taking Ampadu out of centre midfield? It's his best position. It doesn't make any sense to me. There should be more balance on the left with Verba. Yeah, I agree with you, mate. Michael said there should be more balance and overlaps on the left with Verba left back. Solomon scored today. Bamford's got a hammer. Andrew, I don't actually care, mate. I honestly, mate, I don't care. Yeah, Michael, I wouldn't look into it too much. You know, I wouldn't look into it too much. There's been nothing really from the Spurs side either, and from what I've seen this week anyway, I wouldn't think too much about that, mate. But yeah, you've got arguably the best midfielder at centre back. You don't want that. But it'll be a big win for Burnley. A really, really big win for Burnley. On the balance of things, I think they've just edged it. I don't think Blackburn have done enough, really. Could it have been a draw? Yeah, well, yeah, of course. It could have just petered out that way. But yeah, for me, it's I think they've edged it. Campwell. But it's another game where Burnley just haven't created much and they've won. My God, Roberts is he's playing the field here, Roberts. I think it's his 4th time he's been just down. Baker comes on. Off, sorry. Goals by subs as well. They've got as many as we have this season, Blackburn. So ranking Costello and Buckley come on. Oh, okay, so there you go. We travel with the team. Yeah, there you go. Should be enough. I don't care, to be honest. I'm not asked about him. I love Pascal, but you know, you might think it's contradictory, but we've got more than enough to get it done against Hull. More than enough. I'm not worried in this game. If we're playing a top team, then I'm probably a little bit worried about it. But right now, it should be fine. Should be fine with Ampadu at the back. But Burnley have started this off really well. Excellent win if they get this one sorted. Tronstad. Tries a reverse pass, unlucky. Blackburn getting a little bit more joy in open play here, which is positive. Can they see it out? Or can Burnley get another clean sheet as well, by the way, which is unbelievable. Britain. This is why, weirdly, it's almost between us and Sheffield United and obviously Sunderland. Because I just see, I don't understand how Burnley, if they continue at this rate, they're going to go up. They don't concede goals. Do you know what I mean? They don't concede goals. And what's the worst case scenario? What are you doing? Just drawing. Do you know what I mean? What you do? What's worst case scenario? You're drawing games. Foster. Fleming. Roberts. Anthony. Anthony's had a good game. They all seem to really rate him at Burnley, which is interesting. I never dug him out really at Leeds. I always thought he was a really good option. Cullum, Foster, Fleming. Beck heads it out. Beck, you know, after I sort of thought Beck had a, you know, I don't mind Beck at all, but I think he's struggled a bit against Anthony. Ball played in, headed out. Hazzy and Fleming won the Lancashire derby. Costello gets rid. Cullum wins a foul. Yeah, currently Burnley level on points with us. Beautiful thing with us is our goal difference. So look at that. Looks cracking, doesn't it? But yeah, not the result we wanted, lads. Didn't expect it, I have to say. Expected a bit of a draw today. Tepid affair. Burnley managing the game so well, though. So well. So, like, currently, let's have a look at some stats. Just have a look for you guys. Hold on. Ranking Costello, long ball. They've conceded. Bearing in mind, we've got as many clean sheets as we've got, by the way. They've conceded 9 goals. Conceded 9 goals. Do you know what I mean? Like, what is going on there? So I don't understand how they can't go up. Like Burnley, I don't understand how they can't go up. Whether or not, I mean, playoffs maybe, but I mean, even the top two, like top two, they're just going up, aren't they? They are. You can't. A rate of 9 goals conceded. And how many games have we played? Let's have a look. Championship table. I better tell me here actually. Championship table. So Burnley played 26 games. So at the rate they're going, they're probably going to concede as much as the Chelsea team that won the Premier League, maybe 15 goals. At the rate they're going, it's promotion form, it's title winning form. Really, is Conor Roberts down again? No, he's not. It's someone else. Call in the book at last. But yeah, it's impressive. You have to say it is impressive. So yeah, this is why I just think they're going to go up. I think it's going to be Burnley and another because of just that defensive record, and they've still got Bayer to come back. Do you know what I mean? Bayer's coming back as well in that side. So in that defence. Campbell. Feels like the last big chances for Burnley in this one. Blackburn, I should say. Last big chance. Campbell. Ball in. Headed out again. Esteve, who's been a rock. Britain. Does well. Ball in again. Trafford does excellently. And they're getting in each other's way when they're about to shoot. Vyman gets in ahead of Campbell's. Campbell still active. Danny Bart goes all the way back. Campbell. Oh, it's chaos. It's ping pong. Oh, Burnley get it away. They're so resolute, aren't they? Flipping out. Costello. I feel at this point at Ewood Park, we'd have melted when it comes to set pieces. Ball played him, headed out again. Britain, who's actually had a really good game. Yeah, Burnley throw. And now John Egan's coming on. Yeah, but Tom, they don't score enough goals, mate, but they're into the top 2 on the same points as us, mate. So they just don't. The thing is, we know we're going to lose a few more games. And I know what you're saying, but we know we're going to lose a few more games, mate. They don't lose games. So I just think if you don't lose games and the minimum you're going to get is a draw, you're going to go up in the top 2. Of course you are. Of course you are. You know, and that's why getting defenses sorted is so important for me. Yeah, goals for, lads. They're 3 goals behind Sheffield United. They're 6 goals behind Sunderland. So they're not that far behind. Like we've absolutely smashed goals, haven't we? We've scored 45. Like we're way ahead. But they don't score goals and they're not that far. I mean, they're 3 goals behind Sheffield United. So yeah, they've got a better goal difference, haven't they? Yeah, 2 losses in 26, yeah. Yeah, stick with us on this, everybody. Please make sure you like this video as well. I know some of you really enjoy the other watch-alongs. So watching this on Twitter or Facebook, make sure you create yourself a YouTube account, people. You get all the benefits of commenting as well. You might as well. And you're going to be you're going to be redirected here immediately to the Leeds United watch-alongs, so stick around for that one. Oh, God. They've got to get moving here, Burnley. Danny Bart. 4 minutes added on. It's going to be all Blackburn these last 4. They've got to get it in the mixer. Thing is, Burnley just the first to everything. They're just the first to absolutely everything in that box. Yeah, Humphrey's man of the match for Burnley. I think he's been really good. He's been really good as well defensively. Costello. Good ball. Back with the ball in. Headed out again. Esteve. Yeah, another clean sheet, potentially. Costello. Look a bit rattled there, though, Blackburn. It's like, it doesn't... Is it coming? It doesn't feel like it is. Britain overhit. Really bad ball in. Bad ball in from Britain. They just don't look like they're conceding. Do you know what I mean? They just don't look like they're conceding. It's mad. I've got no thoughts here that they're gonna get back into it. Do you know what I mean? And that's pretty crazy, isn't it? Would you have taken Roberts over Bogle, Connor? No, mate, absolutely not. Pressure mounting on the blades, yeah. Lee, honestly, mate, I couldn't care less. Sure, he's a nice guy, but as I've said multiple times, you'll still get Leeds fans, genuinely Leeds fans, saying that he's the best striker we've got. I heard that recently. I was nearly blown off my chair. Unbelievable. I get football subjective, but that's just wrong. Just absolute, you know what. But yeah, I don't care. I just don't care. I'm sure Bamford's a nice person, but I'm a Leeds United supporter, and I've just got no interest in just a player who's just never available. And when he is available, he's as useful as a chocolate teapot. Got no interest in him. So people say Bamford's injured. I'm like, all right, fine. Ball in the box. Cantwell. Ball in, fizzes it, headed out again. Egan Riley, man, he's been unbelievable. So is Esteve. Egan there as well now. Britain. They could put Joe Worrell on as well, couldn't they? They could just put Joe Worrell on and literally have about 8 centre-backs, 8 good championship centre-backs. Yeah, it's a foul. And that's it, I think. That's it. I would say. Jimmy says, who do you think out of the 4 will fall away first? As a Sunderland fan, I think we will. Yeah, Jimmy, I'd say you will, mate. I think you're going to be there. I think you're going to be there or thereabouts. But yeah, mate, I think you will fall away. It's not your fault either. It's just the quality. Barely then, lads. Big win. Level on 52 with Leeds. Zian Fleming's got an Odegaard look about him. Yeah, Blackburn haven't been good. Do you remember the cup final win they got against Leeds United? Do you remember that? Oh, Brownhill. That's it. Massive win. Jesus, they are just, they're a problem, this lot. Big, 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 big problem. I think what I've got to say about Burnley is, yeah, I'm just seeing if there's going to be a bit of an eruption here because it seems John Eustace getting upset. Look at him getting upset at Parker, to be fair. Bit of a sore loser there, John Eustace. I don't think he can take that. I don't think John Eustace can take that. He's giving it to the Leeds fans when he got it in the last minute. When he got it in the last minute, it's quite actually, you know, when you look at that with Burnley, fair play to him. Like, John Eustace, he's like, oh, bit of respect to Scott Parker. He's just won the Lancashire Derby, mate. Of course he's going to go nuts. We'd all go nuts as football fans. And Eustace won't let him go from the handshake. Chill out, mate. Relax. Do you know how much he was giving it at Ellen Road? How much Eustace was giving it at Ellen? He was giving it to the fans at the end. Unbelievable. You got to be able to take it, mate. If you can give it, that's the circle of life. But listen, massive, massive, massive win for Burnley. Even Barnes is giving it there. And it's been a good week for them. You know, Sarmiento back from injury. Barnes been signed, of which I think from an experience side of things is going to be a big thing. It's probably like our Gila Voggi signing in terms of leadership and experience, and someone who's been there and done it, got promotion with the club very recently with Vincent Kompany, scoring a lot of goals that season. Burnley have got Benson, Bayer back, and I have to say, that's probably the third time I've watched Burnley this season, and it's just all the same thing. It's just been absolutely defensively solid. Blackburn chucked everything and the kitchen sink and a couple of other kitchen sinks at them right there, and they could not get through. They could not get through. There was at no point there where I was watching that from any point of open play where I thought to myself, Blackburn are going to do something. It was a defensively resolute performance. They've got monsters in midfield in Josh Laurent. They've got a very, very decent balance in that midfield as well when it comes to Cullen and Brownhill. And they have got a bit of a camaraderie here, a really good camaraderie, you can tell. Yeah, a bit of a camaraderie, you know, just watching Scott Parker sort of like serenade the Burnley fans there. And it means a lot. It's a big win, that. And what I will say is I thought going forward in the starter part of that second half, they were the better team. You know, they were the better team. They were the more dangerous team, and Blackburn come off defeated. I'm kind of a little bit like, well, yeah, unlucky lads. You know, it wasn't your cup final win against Leeds United, was it, after all? I am kind of thinking that now, and especially with Eustace's, he was essentially having to go at Parker there at the end for celebrating, like when you've just beaten Blackburn in the Lancashire Derby. You know, in you know, what, your second Lancashire Derby, I'd be doing the exact same. So give it, but you can't take it. But listen, I don't think it's all over for Blackburn. They're clearly a very decent side at this level. Burnley are looking very strong, though. I have to say, when you are putting together a run of which you have conceded 9 goals, it's top two. It's top two for me. It's top two. And I've mentioned this before, but Benson, Bayer coming back, Sarmiento just coming back there, who in the first 15, 20 minutes, I thought he was their best player. But then you've also got new signings coming in, and their bench, you know, they've not even put Koleosho on the pitch today. Do you know what I mean? They've not even put Koleosho on the pitch. Lyle Foster coming on a little bit later on, who's a different dimension when it comes to a striker. Jay Rodriguez doesn't get on the pitch. Jay Rodriguez isn't an unbelievable player, but what he is at championship level is he's a very good option who's going to nick you a goal. They've now got Ashley Barnes in the mixer as well. Yeah, I just think it's a very, very, very decent setup at Burnley for what their objective is. I'm not talking about Burnley in the Premier League. I'm talking about Burnley right now, and they seem to have a lot of ingredients of which is prosperous at this level. So yeah, guys, as a lot of you are saying, it's a massive game at Turf Moor, and what we'll be doing, everyone, is if you stick here, we're going to leave it. I'd love it if you could just slap a like on the video. I'm probably going to go get a brewski, a cup of tea, that is. The timer is still going on here, by the way. I'm just going to get I'm just going to get everything sorted when it comes to the Leeds watch along and all that sort of stuff. And I will see you very, very soon. Cheers.